So the ingredients needed include salt, pasta, cheese, butter, and a cheese grater.
The recipe calls for 4 ounces of cheese to be used, but we only had 8, so we cut our cheese in half to be used for the sauce.
Then you grate the cheese, which will later be combined in a heat-proof bowl with diced butter.
At this point, we are dicing the butter that will be combined with the grated cheese, which will be used later for the sauce.
Next, you want to add about 6 cups of water into the pot because that's what's going to cover the whole pound of pasta. And you want to add some salt to the water too, because adding salt to the water gives the water a higher boiling point because of the heat capacity becoming lower, and salt also makes it harder for the water molecules to escape from the pot and enter the gas phase.
This means that salt water will get hotter faster than pure water. After the pasta looks ready, strain the pasta and collect about a cup of water.
This cup of water will later on be used, but transfer the pasta into the bowl with cheese and butter when finished. Because our pot was too small, you might want to transfer the pasta into a bigger pot so you can mix in the sauce.
Mix the butter and the cheese with the pasta the best you can. You also want to collect a cup of the water that we used to boil the pasta into a cup and add it into the mixture. The hot pasta cooking water changes the butter and cheese from solid states to liquid states. The heat from the cooking water causes the molecules in the butter and cheese to move faster and become more loose, causing the physical reaction.
And voila!
Whoa.
Is it good? Not bad.
The ingredients needed for the cookies are salt, an egg and butter, brown sugar, chocolate chips, sugar, flour, and vanilla extract.
First, measure out and put in 3/4 cup of dark brown sugar. You want to do the same thing with the regular sugar and also add it into the bowl.
Also measure out about 2 1/4 cups of flour.
Add a teaspoon of salt and crack an egg. The proteins in the egg get tangled and form a firm, solid structure when heated up.
Add 1 cup of butter. The temperature of the butter affects the diameter of the cookie. Melted butter will make the dough wetter and will spread out faster. It also affects the texture of the cookie. It changes the air pockets left behind as the water in the butter converts into gas. Melted butter creates smaller and more holes, making a chewier cookie.
Stir in flour, salt, baking soda, and sugar. To make a fluffier cookie, you can substitute the baking soda with baking powder. It produces carbon dioxide gas when it's mixed and heated up. Using dark sugars like brown sugar increases the intensity of the flavors because they are packed with glucose and fructose.
Mix in the chocolate chips. By now the oven should have been preheated at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. If not, it's okay. You still have time to preheat because you'll be doing a lot of mixing.
Bake for 8 to 10 minutes. At 212 degrees Fahrenheit, the water in the dough turns into steam. The cookie starts to rise as the vapors push through the dough. Caramelization occurs as the sugars in the dough break down and undergo a physical reaction, turning into a brown, fragrant liquid. The Maillard reaction occurs packing the cookie with richer tastes and darkens the cookie. This involves a chemical reaction between amino acids and reducing sugars.
Special thanks to Serious Eats for giving us the recipe to our fettuccine alfredo and Betty Crocker for giving us the recipe for the ultimate chocolate chip cookies.